Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at your guys' chart requests over here from the Discord and also from the live chat. So if you guys are joining live, go ahead and drop your chart requests in the chat now and throughout the stream, and we will be taking those. But we're going to be answering them also here from the chart request thread in the Discord over here under chart requests. We're going to be covering all these as well. We have all of those loaded up into our priority playlist here on TradingView, so we're going to be covering those as well as the ones from the chat. Before we start today, though, guys, I just want to go ahead and do a giveaway. I know we say we're going to give 100 XRP away. We have given it away many times, but I don't want to give you guys an incentive today. I just want to give away 100 XRP over here in the Discord. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a prize of 100 XRP. And what I want to do is I want to give it to one winner over here. And we're going to have a 3-day timer on this. Enter to win 100 XRP. I just really appreciate the Spartans, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Efren, Chris, Marlog, Jeff, Pete, TP, Susan. Love you guys showing up and joining the live every day, and everybody watching the replay. I'm so grateful for our community, man. And it just brings my heart so much joy here. So I just want to give back 100 XRP today to you guys. You guys can go over here and enter this. I'll show you guys how to enter here. Tap the, it's going to be an emoji. So there's going to be an emoji that pops up. Boom. Bang. So enter to win 100 XRP. 100 XRP giveaway. Boom. So we're going to submit that. So all you got to do over here is tap this. You just got to tap that, and that enters you in. I'm going to untap it just because I don't want to win. So I'm going to leave the giveaway. But that is now live over there in the Discord. I'll go ahead and share that link with you guys in the chat right now. I'm just going to copy this over here in the chat. If you guys are not in the Discord, I would love to have you in the Discord. That is the place to be. It has all of the information. It's just a lot easier to be active offline. Like when I'm not live, I'm active over here in our chats. We have a Spartan chat, a stock chat, a crypto chat, a watch list. This is where we drop our weekly watch list over here. So every week we just drop the link and you pop it open, and that gives you all of the watch list there. We also cover that every single Friday on YouTube, so we go over each and every chart on that watch list. This was the one from last Friday. We'll be dropping one on Friday this week as well. Then we have a research tool, so this just allows you to look up information on tickers. So you just type in, well, you go to the research tool, right? You click this, you type in /info, and then type in your ticker. This could be a stock, this could be a crypto, it could be, I don't know if it works with Forex or not. I don't trade Forex, but it works with pretty much everything. So you can see I typed in Bitcoin right there, and it pulls up all the information about Bitcoin, its market cap, tokenomics, and price action, things like that. Also, you'll have access to the chart request thread over here as well. Obviously, the giveaways, Overkill trades. This is where everything I trade is posted. So all my buys, all my sells are posted in this thread right here. You guys can get access to all the trades. I took a trade today on this ETF here. So I always tell you guys what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. And then obviously Overkill alerts as well, which you guys have access to. But this just pretty much pings in all of the Instagram posts for the day where I post short clips and stuff like that. So that's over there in the Discord. Love to have you guys over there. It's $4 a month if you guys want to join up. So $4 a month is less than a Starbucks coffee. It's actually free to join. We have a bunch of free content over here. Like you can get the trading course. That's all free. All the education is free. The DeFi course, the trading course is free. You guys can check out the rules, all the apps that we use. So I trade crypto on Coinbase and Robinhood. I use Robinhood for stocks. Obviously, our trading indicators available over here. If you guys have been following along for the while. That gives you all the signals, the Fibonacci, all the indicators we use. You pretty much get my entire trading layout done for you. It just takes a couple of clicks. There's a video that shows you how to download it, and everything loads directly up into your TradingView account, and everything syncs right up. So your screen looks exactly like my screen. But if you guys did want to become a member, you guys can go enter for that 100 XRP giveaway today. Just click on that link right there. It will upgrade your account, and you'll have access to that again. If you guys want to enter that today, just click on this link right here. Tap this emoji, and that will enter you in. And then the giveaway winner will be drawn January 24th, which is in 3 days. So that's going to be Saturday. So just click on that. Again, I'm going to leave it because I don't want to win. I want you guys to win. Again, this channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together. And I'm just so grateful and so appreciative of everybody here and all your guys' messages and just working together, man. It's a lot funner to win with people than without people. So for those of you who have been here a long time, I love you. For those of you that are new, I love you. And I'm just truly grateful. So go enter for that 100 XRP giveaway over there inside of the Discord. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these chart requests here. I see one at the top. Great start here with Bitcoin and XRP. So Bitcoin is still holding its weekly green dot. It's a really good sign to see us back up over 90,000. The real support level you guys need to worry about is 80,000. That's where we wicked down to right here. We're higher than we were in November. I mean, we're higher than we were right now in December. I mean, in December, the high was about 91. But we're sitting at 90 right now. So again, this is a consolidation phase right now. We're at a decision point here on Bitcoin. So I think we're somewhere in this phase. So we could either go sideways longer. I think this is coming. I mean, that's what I'm projecting here until we get a red dot here on the weekly. I'm fully bullish. As long as this dot remains green, you can see right here was a great time to buy in April. Right here was a great time to buy in September. If we do sell off to 60 or whatever, we could just simply buy more. But again, we're fully bullish as long as this dot remains green here on Bitcoin's chart. XRP, same thing. Okay, same thing. So you got a green dot back here in December. You have a red one now. So what I suggest you guys do, if you get a red dot down here on the weekly, okay, it's not a time to panic, right? As long as we're buying when this wave is down here below the white line, we're doing our job as traders. Because when this blue wave is down here, that indicates that we have pulled back, right? We've had capitulation. Okay, capitulation looks like this, right? We've had a big pullback. This move is typically 50 to 60% on the macro time frames. So that means we pulled back from the high 50 or 60%. Okay, that's where I measure despair. So if you go to XRP and you could see that the high was up here at 350, okay, a 60% pullback, right? We're sitting at around a 51 to 52. The full pullback was about 55%. So I count that as capitulation. So after that happens is when I want to start building positions on the names I want to own. So XRP is not one of those names I want to own here, but it did give the green dot, right? So what I would do now that you have the red one is zoom into the daily and look for a daily green dot. Okay, same thing, but on a smaller time frame. Okay, we're at the bottom of the Fibonacci. Okay, it's a really good sign, right? Down here is where we want to buy on the Fib. We don't want to buy up here on the Fib. This is where the majority of people buy. They're buying in the red zone. Okay, if you guys are familiar with our strategy and with our course, if you haven't taken our free trading course, again, that's just over here in the trading course tab right here, completely free. But the trading rules, sell strategy number 1 is that we sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, so that for XRP came in July of 2025. That was, I don't know, how many months ago was that? 5 or 6 months ago. That came at 350. Okay, that is a topping signal. Okay, when we get that signal, that is where we want to take some off the table. It came right there. It came back here at the same price at 350 in January. And now we have crashed, right, that 55%. So now, if I was wanting to build a position on XRP, don't ask me why I don't have one, because I think there's some more interesting names than XRP. I bought XRP back here at 40 cents. Okay, I didn't sell the top exactly, but I got out somewhere around 70 to 80 cents. And I missed that big run up, but I was sticking to my strategy. Sometimes you're going to miss it, right? Sometimes you're not going to catch the full move. But XRP traded in between this Fibonacci for a very long time, right? And then it finally had this big breakout after Trump got elected, right? I was selling the top right here at around, maybe it was that red dot. Yeah, it was right here in this area at around 70 to 80, okay, at the top of the red zone. And then it broke out and went on that parabolic move to the upside. So that was a 10x trade, and I wasn't mad, right? I still made 100% on the trade. I mean, I'm happy making 100%. My goal always, guys, is to be consistent, right? I don't want to swing for the fences and think I'm going to make 10x on every single trade, because it's not going to happen. I mean, if you can make 10x on every trade, then you probably wouldn't be sitting here watching this video. You'd be on a yacht, maybe doing something. Maybe you would be trading. Maybe, yeah, you'd probably be here. Don't lie. Don't lie. You'd be hanging with the Spartan Army. We love you, baby. Yeah. Yeah, Oracle. I'll talk about Oracle here in a second. But now that you got this red dot, right, what we're looking for now is the daily. So XRP, I think, is going to print a daily here in the next couple days. And that would confirm that, hey, we have bounced right here at this 170 level 4 times. So that tells us that, hey, this is a very strong support level, right? The buyers are not letting it get down past that level. And interestingly enough, it's right here in the green zone right here. Right? It's right here hitting that green line. So it's bouncing. So we're missing a signal. So if we get that signal, I think that'd be a good spot to add. We wicked all the way down to 150 here on XRP. So that's the real macro support. So the closer you can get to 150, I think the better. But if you see a red dot on your weekly, zoom into the daily and look for a daily dot. Okay, that will tell you that, hey, everything's just fine. Okay, nothing to panic about. Support is still holding. And we're just looking for that signal there on XRP. What else we got? Let's look at a couple of these. Soxel. Soxel's up in the red zone. So I was just looking at I did the opposite of this today. I bought SOXS, which is the inverse. You can see that semiconductors are breaking out into a blue sky breakout here. But again, up in the red zone, I'm not buying. So my strategy is to sell the red dot in the red zone. That has already come there at 60. So if you're trying to maybe catch 70, I mean, you're playing with fire, right? You're trying to squeeze out another 8%. When if you entered with us, you were entering back here in April at $10. Okay, I mean, you're already up 582%. So I'm not taking that trade as a swing trader. As a day trader, it's probably a great one, but you could see that it has resistance right there at 70 as well. So as a trader, right, I'm not looking to take a position here. If anything, I'm looking for reasons to sell. I would definitely trim some at 60 and then probably just ladder out as we go up, 70, 80, 90. So on and so forth. But there's some more oversold names, right? You come down here to something like OP, which is a cryptocurrency and altcoin. Okay, this one's down here. You see how Soxel is up here, right? This is not where we want to open positions, right? We want to open positions down here. Why is that? Because we want to buy in despair. We've already missed this. We're like in this territory now. We've already missed that. So we want to buy things that are down here. So what we do is rotate out of names up here and then go find other names that are beaten up. And there's a lot of them. Okay, there's stocks and cryptocurrencies we've been going over the last couple of weeks that are beaten up. And again, this didn't happen overnight, right? This came in April. You guys remember April when everyone was freaking out about tariffs? That was at $9, $10. Okay, this thing's trading at $63 right now. 530%. If you guys entered less than 9 months ago, right, back in April. Like, that is a crazy move. Okay, you also had an entry right here in December at 30, and then, yeah, it did sell off. It gave you some red dots. It sold back off. You could have averaged down and built the position down here. You could have added more to your position, and now you're taking off, right? This is a semiconductor ETF that we track here, Soxel, and then also SOXS, which is the short version of it. So I'm pretty much placing a trade right now saying that semiconductors are going to go down. And, you know, if the market sells off, it's not a full, like it's a 3.5% position or something like that. So SOXS, right, it's just insurance in case something funny happens, in case the market does correct deeper or we get a black swan event or something like COVID. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. So my play on SOXS, which is the inverse of your request here, Soxel, okay, is just insurance to the downside. Okay, I'm fully bullish. You guys see my portfolio. I posted an update on my portfolio today. If you guys missed that, just click this link right here, boom, and that'll pop up everything I'm holding. But I'm long on a lot of names. If I got one short position, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I'm bullish on all these names, right? I'm building positions on all of these. I got Ray, I got Nail, I got Pinlink, RR broke out today, 13% up. Wow, look at that. That's a beaut. That's a beaut. Here we got World Liberty Fi. Time to buy was down here on the daily at 13. No data yet on the weekly, so if you don't see data on your indicator and you're on a time frame, just you got to give it more time, right? This thing just came out in September, so there's just not enough data to feed it yet. Yeah, listen to RJB in the chat, folks. 300 likes, and we'll do another. We will do another 100 XRP giveaway. That 100 XRP giveaway is live over there, though. If you guys want to go enter that, bada bing, bada boom. So World Liberty Fight, you could look to average down on the dailies if you want. Yesterday was a good day to average down. It's up 7% today, so I'd rather buy a big red day than a big green day. But I'd watch for a bounce here off 16. If I was in the position, I'd probably use a stop loss at 15 cents. Zone. That one's green. Looks like a penny stock, though, so we don't really trade penny stocks here, but if you just because they don't have any earnings, right? They don't make money, so they're not really a legitimate company, in my opinion. If you're a business that, doesn't have earnings, I can't analyze your business, right? I can't look at, right? We got Oracle here, right? Someone just requested this in the chat as well. Okay, Oracle makes $16 billion a quarter. Okay, every 4 months they make $16 billion. I can look at that and say, okay, these guys are, making money. Zone, Clear Core Solutions, has a green dot, but I don't know what they do, and I don't know how much money they make. So I don't know if this is just a rug pull or what the deal is. So if you know something about this company and you believe in it, then yeah, it's time to buy according to the indicator. But fundamentals do matter, right? You want to buy good quality projects, good quality companies, and that's the key. So you got a green dot here on the weekly on SHX. Looks like is that a crypto? Must be a crypto, huh? So yeah, we'd be buyers down here. We'd be buyers down here on SHX. STX, the stock, okay, we're up here, okay, up here, wanting to buy down here at 80, 70, 80. We'd be looking to take profits now. Okay, this thing's just running, so you could use a trailing stop at like 320. I'd just be selling this thing up here. I'd be taking profits on STX there, and that's the stock. Maybe you mean the crypto. That thing's got the green monthly back, so I'm gonna actually call this out right here. STX holding its caps, holding its something. Goodbye. Render, RNDER. You guys got requests, get them in the chat here. We got a weekly there on Render. Looking for the daily now. Again, if you have the weekly, okay, look for the daily. Okay, if you're looking for a place to, if you miss the green dot, maybe you missed the green dot entry, you get a pullback here and a green dot on the daily, you can attack. Okay, as long as the weekly or the monthly are green, this is part of our strategy you'll learn in the trading course as well. As long as the macro time frames are green, let me see if I can find a... Okay, as long as the monthly or the weekly are green, you could be looking for a daily here. So if a daily pops here, if we get back over like 210, you should see a green dot here on Render. So that's what I'd be watching there. I see one in the chat for TARS AI. Oops, is that TARS? Yeah, TAI. TAI USD, that's right. Yeah, I've had my eye on this one for a while. This is a Solana ecosystem name. AI play on the Solana. So the dot is green. So again, looking at the smaller time frames now. Once you have the macro signal, great. Look for the daily or the 4 hour. You got a 4 hour earlier at around 0.002, but I would say 2 cents is a pretty strong foundation for TARS here. So I like this one. That one's on the watch list from Friday. Link, Chain Link from the chat. Still holding the dot. Still holding the dot. So again, if you have the weekly, look to the 4 hour. Okay, you got one right here at around 12. Popped up. You had one right here as well at around 12.75. It decided to sell off a little more, but guys, I'm fully bullish. Fully bullish on Chainlink and altcoins. Okay, I have been since right here. Okay, since we got that signal. Fully bullish right now. We were taking profits on Chainlink up here back in September. If you guys were around, we were taking our profits, we were selling. Same thing with ETH. Okay, taking profits. Taking profits. Okay, now we're not scared. This is the time to be bearish. This is not the time to be bearish if you guys are using our strategy. If you're day trading here, totally different story. You need to find a different channel. This is not a day trading channel. This is a swing trading channel. All of our investments, folks, are for 1 to 6 months out. Okay, you need to drill that into your brain if you are going to use this strategy. Okay, we do not sway from the rules. These are our trading rules. We cover all of these in the trading course over here in the Discord if you guys are new. But if you do not have a strategy and you are in the market, you are going to fail. It is statistically proven. Okay, 95% of the people fail at the stock market. Okay, in my opinion, that is because a lack of discipline, data, and logic. Okay, that is everything we base our strategy on: logic, data, and discipline. Logic is the strategy, right? That is the plan. That's how we think about the markets. The data are the tools that we have. Okay, these indicators. Okay, the moving averages, the MACD. Okay, and then the discipline to follow and stick to those rules and to that plan and to that data. Okay, we can't let emotions rule us in investing. It cannot happen. Okay, having a plan makes it a lot easier to rule over your emotions. Having a plan and executing. That's the key. Yeah, Link is hot, dude. Link is, yeah. I'm loving Link here at these levels. Ethereum still holding on to 3,000 is a very good sign as well. Getting some buyers stepping in there. But again, as long as this dot remains green, we're looking to buy red days. We're looking to buy those pullbacks and those opportunities there. So Link is still very strong. That is Link is my largest position. It is my largest position in my portfolio. I think it is the biggest no-brainer when it comes to technology and influence on what I believe is going to be the new financial system. I don't think we're going to be gold, silver. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be, maybe it's backed by gold and silver, but I believe the way we're going to transact in the future is going to be based off of cryptocurrency. I think people are going to trade things like Bitcoin and Chainlink and stuff like that, XRP, you name it, to, buy houses and things like that. So we'll see. We will see where it goes. Interesting times for sure. Hey, we're out here, baby. We're out here. We're doing it, Spartans. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Exactly. What's up, Morano? Jay Lott, what's good? You said, so because Oracle is giving a red dot on the weekly, would you sell off and take loss? No, I'm not selling off. Nope. I'm not selling off. I am looking to average down. So, yes, the position could continue to fall, but I'm going to hold the position and either look for a daily dot to add or look for a spot here like 160. I think is going to be another really good spot to buy. That's going to put us right here around this moving average, that blue moving average. You can see it came back there and tapped it in April and bounced. So, no, I'm just looking to average down. So I'm either going to buy the next daily dot on it, the next daily signal we get, or the next weekly. I might buy both of them if this prints. But if this price goes back up tomorrow, right, if we get a big move back up to 190, that dot could fade away. So one thing to consider is, as long as the dot has not closed, it's not confirmed. So you see how this candle closed? Right? That means that dot is confirmed. It can never be taken off the chart. If this is showing up right now, but we get a pump Thursday and Friday and we go back up, it could go away. And then if you panic down here and sold at 174, okay, then you'd be mad because it's back at 200 now and we're continuing to march forward. So no, I'm not looking to stop out of this. I only normally use stop losses. It's just different with every trade, really. So I'm looking for a place to average down on Oracle. Again, that's going to either be the next daily, or the next weekly dot. Okay, and then after that, you could even be looking to the monthly for an average down opportunity. But I think 160 is going to be an interesting spot for a bounce there on Oracle. So I'm watching the daily and the weekly there. OLN, that thing's pushing up. So again, green on the weekly, green on the monthly. We're looking to the smaller time frames like the daily and the 4 hour. And we want to buy, same thing. We want to buy those down there. Let me go back to real hours there. We want to buy these right down here below the white line. Okay, way down there. Boom. Okay, rip. We don't want to necessarily buy them up in this area. Okay, we want to buy them as low as possible, below that white line, either on the daily or the 4 hour. So, like this one turned out to be a pretty good entry. but ideally we want to see those. Okay, the ones below the white line, like on every time frame that we trade. Okay, the most important one to be below that white line is the weekly. Okay, that tells you that the macro, right? The macro has pulled back. And if you go through something like this, okay, you just need to look to the monthly. Okay, that's like really bad capitulation. This looks really good. OLN, this is an oil, I believe this is an oil and gas company. OLN, let me see here. Let's go to the research tools /info OLN. I think it's an oil and gas company. Chemicals. It's a chemicals company. So chemicals actually look very beat up. So OLN is a name that looks really good. Another one that we've been tracking is Dow, DOW. You can see how that's taken off its monthly signal. So those are down big on the monthly, and they pay really nice dividends. So I like both of those a lot. Okay, I don't know why that one's back in the red list, but it's getting kind of close to that red zone there on the 4-hour. But those chemical companies are very beaten up. Another one is WLK. It's another chemical company we track here. We got that green dot back down there at 60. You're already up 50% off the dot. So you should be getting closer and closer to that red zone to take profit. So again, guys, these are swing trades. These are 1 to 6 months out. So if you like buy this dot and it goes down like 10% the next day, you can't panic, because again, if you're taking the trade on this, you're looking at the price. You're buying for the prices in 6 months, typically 1 to 6 months. I say 1 to 6 months because I can't really tell you the exact dates things are going to happen. I know people try to do that, but it's literally impossible to do. I like to look at time frames, right? Logic. We're thinking 1 to 6 months. I think that's a good range for our style of trading. I see one here for ICP. ICP got one back here at 320. So again, you're over here on the daily, and you got one here on the 4-hour. So 350 is looking pretty strong here for ICP. This bounce on crypto today is very bullish, I will say. I mean, it's the fact that they tried to shove it down yesterday, and buyers are stepping in here saying, no, 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 no. No, no, no. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Okay, but I like ICP. Just look to the 4-hour or the daily. And again, we call out all these signals over here in the Discord. If you guys don't have the indicator, okay, you guys can see the signals over here. I also have a thread here called Dots and Signals. This one will actually tell you how to trade each one. So it'll say like a weekly dot, seller reduced position by 25 to 50%. Red dot on the 4-hour, seller reduce your position by 25 to 100% if it's in this red zone. Okay, so on the 4-hour, I want to sell the red dot in the red zone right there at 450. Okay, taking profits. Same thing on the daily. Red dot in the red zone is where you want to take profits, just like you got back there in November at 9. Okay, it pulled all the way back there to $3. That was a nasty pullback. But this looks very good. I really like ICP, this bounce right here on the moving average. I'd definitely be a holder of that one and looking to average down either on the 4-hour, which you just got at the same price here at 360. So, yeah, we're bullish on this and just waiting for it to retract up here to the red zone. Looking for a sell signal. Novax, NVAX, ripping. Okay, now that's approaching the red zone. We'd be looking for the daily red dot, right? The 4-hour red dot or the weekly. That's a nice breakout there on Novax. Okay, that's a really nice breakout there. Got the MACD cross and everything. So I'd be looking for a daily dot to take profits, daily or a 4-hour to take some off the table. And again, you don't have to sell the whole position at once, right? You could sell 25 to 100%. So you just kind of have to feel the trade out and say, okay, should I sell 50% and rotate into something else that's beat up still, like that's still down here in the accumulation zone, something like Chainlink here, right down there. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, same thing. SMCI, the chip maker, where's that? Down there. Okay, MSTR, right? So it's all about rotating capital, right? When you're trading, you're taking profits at the high, either sitting in cash and waiting for a correction, or finding other sectors or industries that are beaten up. Like crypto, altcoins are very beat up right now. I mean, they're very beat up, down at the lows of April. of last year, down here at the 2024 lows, back down here at the 2023 lows. So 2 to 3 year lows are where I'm looking to buy. 2, 3, 4 year lows on good quality projects is where I want to load up. I don't want to be scared down here, right? I know the news tries to program you into thinking you should be scared right now, but that's what they want you to be, right? They want you to be scared down here after a big 50, 60% capitulation. The sky's falling down here, right? Sunshine and rainbows up here. Okay, everything's really good up here. Everything's really bad down here. We want to buy in those really bad times, and those times of correction and famine, so to speak, right? After a big dramatic pullback, right? 12 to 5 is a bad pullback. That's a 62% pullback. If you bought here, your portfolio got cut in half. If you put your whole portfolio on, which you should never do. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, right? After a pullback, we want to be bullish. I don't want to be bearish down here. I just don't. I'd rather be bearish up here. Okay, cautious up here, aggressive down here. Dig him out. Hey, 150 likes on the stream, guys. 150 likes on the stream for 100 XRP giveaway. Yep, we covered XRP and BTC. You'll have to watch the replay. TAO's got the red dot here on the weekly. So again, what you can do, if you entered here on the green dot, here at like 250, 260, okay, you're down like $10. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, I would be looking at the daily or the weekly. Okay, if this red dot prints, okay, if this red dot prints, you want to look to the smaller time frame like the daily chart. I'd be looking for a daily dot to add to the position if you want to. You don't need to add to positions. I only like to add to positions if I'm down 20 to 50%. That's when I like to add. And again, I don't like to exceed more than 2.5% of my total portfolio on one of these weekly signals. So I know this is really boring stuff to you guys, but or maybe it's not. Hopefully it's not boring, but hopefully I'm making sense. But what I mean by that, and this is probably one of the most important things to understand in investing too, is not to over risk. Okay, every time I'm nervous about a position or I don't feel good about a position, it's because the position is too big. It's because there's too much money in the position. So let's just use a $10,000 portfolio for an example. Okay. So if this green dot comes, I don't want to exceed more than 2.5%. So if I take 10,000 and multiply by 0.025, that's 2.5%. Okay. If it was 0.25, that's 25%. We want to do 2.5. Okay. So I wouldn't invest more than $250 of my $10,000 portfolio into TAO on this dot. Why is that? Well, in case we're wrong, for one, and it keeps going down, I still have capital allocated either to other names or sitting in cash to add to the position. So like, for example, if this gave me a green dot here, like it did on January 5th, and this prints red, and say we sell off now back down here to 150, and we get another green dot, I can then allocate another 2.5% to that position. So now I would have around a 5% position, or maybe it'd be closer to 3, because normally I add the same amount of shares, or either half the amount of shares. It just depends how far it dips. Like if it's a 50% dip, I'm definitely adding, like if I bought 200 shares or coins here, I'm going to add 200 coins or shares down there as well. So never exceed 2.5%. And that way, like you can see how diversified my portfolio is. So I might have a day where something gets crushed, like HIMS is down 5% today, but XCN is up 14%. So all these names being green offset all these names being red. So I have about 20 to 25 positions on at any one time, and I add to positions if they go the other way on me. I'll just look for a place to average out. I'm not going to panic because they're going down. I'm going to stick to my plan, right? These rules remain the same. I mean, there's nothing different about the rules, okay? We either buy on the monthly or we buy on the weekly, okay? And then we look to add on those daily alerts, okay? The daily and the 4-hour, as long as the monthly or weekly is green, okay? So that's the strategy. No matter what anyone says about the market or thinks about the market or anything like that, that's how we approach it. Okay, that 2.5% will save you guys. Like I said, the only time I feel bad about a position or worried about a position is if I'm over positioned. Okay, if I'm over positioned, meaning if it's 50% of my portfolio, then I'm like, oh my gosh, if it goes down, I'm freaking out, right? But you got to think, right? If you have use that 2.5% rule, okay, so 10,000 times 0.025 is 250. So I just invested 250 out of $10,000 in my portfolio. So say it goes down 50%. So I'm going to divide by 2. That's 50%. I lost $125 out of 10,000. Is that going to kill me? No. Okay. That's only 1.25% of my total portfolio if I'm wrong by 50%, which isn't very often. I am wrong maybe by like 20 to 30% most of the time. Okay. 50% drops on when I buy is very rare. It doesn't happen often. But if it were to happen, I would only lose 1.25% of my total portfolio, right? So that 2.5% rule will save you. And then if you have cash, it's okay to have some cash, because if it does go the other way on you, you add to the position. Okay, if it goes down 20%, boom, I'm adding more shares or I'm adding more coins and building my position, right? And then as we go to work and as we earn income, we are adding to our portfolios, right? We are saving at least 10 to 15% of our monthly income and adding it into our portfolio and building these positions over time. Again, this isn't a get-rich-quick thing, guys. This is a build wealth over time strategy, okay? A build wealth over time strategy. We use technical analysis. Everything we do here is backed by logic, data, and discipline. So this isn't easy. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. Trust me. I had 5 membership cancellations yesterday. The $4 a month membership. 5 people messaged me and want to cancel, okay? Because yesterday was a red day. I mean, people see red and then they just give up and quit and go chase the next shiny object. And I'll admit, this industry is not for everybody. It is a cutthroat industry, right? It is not for everybody. If you don't like it and you don't want to do it anymore, walk away. Go find what your calling is, right? That's just the cold hard truth, right? It is not for everybody. Okay, just like being a real estate agent isn't for everybody. Just like being a doctor isn't for anybody or everybody. Okay, everybody has different skill sets, different ways of going about it. But what I like about our strategy is that it's a long-term approach. You're never out, right? You only lose when you sell. Okay, you only lose when you actually sell. Okay, you're never out of the game. So keep that forward thinking, right, when it comes to investing. Again, there's times to plant and there's times to harvest. We think of ourselves like farmers, okay? We're planting seeds down here and harvesting up here, okay? This does not happen overnight on our time frames that we trade. This is a 1 to 6 month trade. From April to August on ETH, okay, we went from 1,500 to 5,000. That was a 5-month trade for over 200%. Okay, you bought and held for 5 months. So selling up here, harvesting up here, planting seeds down here. Like Efren said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Stay calm and let the chart work. Exactly. Yeah, buddy. Shout out to the Spark, babe. What's up? Yes, sir. We're live here every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on YouTube. Taking your guys' requests Tuesday through Thursday. Watch list on Friday. And portfolio update on Monday. Portfolio update is where I cover all the names I'm holding. Tuesday through Thursday, we're answering your guys' requests. We got one here for EU. And if you guys got those requests, keep dropping them in the chat there. I'm watching that live stream. How's everybody doing? Where's everyone tuning in from today? Are you in the United States? I see a Europe in here. Jeff, what's going on, brother? I see one for Plume. Let's look at EA here first. We'll look at Plume here. Or EU. Okay. That one's taken off. I would be targeting the red zone. Not a lot of meat on the bone. Okay. Not a big trade there. You're already up here on the daily. So hopefully you were buying down here at 250 and I'd be looking to take profit up here in the red zone. I'd probably sell the next red dot there on the daily for EU. I see one for Plume in the chat. Portugal, South Africa, Palm Bay, Florida, Ireland. That's awesome. Central Texas, Arizona, USA. Shout out to Efren, man. Efren's he is an admin. Him and Jeff are admin in the Discord and here on YouTube. They help me out a lot. Those are my brothers right there. It's already midnight, huh? Shoot. My day's just kind of starting. My wife left for My wife left for the week, and she's got some appointments and stuff, and visiting her family. And I'm chilling in the office, so I'm looking forward to uh, maybe spend a little bit more time on the lives here and just hanging out. Michigan, nice. Space Coast, Florida, nice. North Florida, that's awesome. Plume, big move today. Nice jump there. They shoved that thing down. They had a token unlock. Wow, that was a really nice bounce there. Wow. This thing is volatile. Let's look at the volume on that puppy. Yeah, volume's picking up. You can see that daily alert's probably coming here anytime. See how deep that is? Beautiful. Beautiful. That's listed on Coinbase now, too. So that one is in my portfolio as well. I got a pretty significant position on that one. It's up 9% today. Again, our target's up here between 15 and 20 cents on Plume. We love that one here. Oh, yeah, my wife is amazing. She is amazing. Pags, P-A-G-S. She took the dogs, too. Like, this is my first week since I've been married without dogs or my wife. I'm batching it again for like 7 days. So, yeah, I love them all. God bless you, brother. Yes, sir. Praise the Lord. In the good times and the bad. Here's Pags. Pags kind of just making its way. It's in the red zone. Not too interested. What else we got? OP. OP, I believe, is holding on. Oh, it did have a monthly dot there, but it faded away, it looked like. I'm going to turn the volume back off. I just don't like a lot of noise on the charts, but target on this is up here at 80 to $1. Still green there on the weekly. So, again, looking for the daily or additional weekly dots to add. This one's still not red, so you don't got to worry about another weekly dot. I'd be watching for the daily. I told you guys in the last 2 streams, I'd be watching the daily charts right now. Okay, we have these weekly signals. Okay, now watch the daily. Watch the smaller time frame now. Okay, we got the macro signal. This tells us that the whales are coming in here. Now we can get in with the little fishies here on the smaller time frame and make our targets, right? Make adjustments as needed. If it dips down here to 20, we can add to the position here. If you entered at 30 and then enter at 20, your average cost is 25. Okay, now we go back to 80. It's not going to even matter that it dipped down there. So our target's up here on OP. I still like that one. Sonic. That's just a rug pull, man. I don't know too much about this one, but I don't like charts that look like that. I like charts that are either like very clear, like Chainlink. It's a very easy chart to trade, right? Buy, sell. Buy, $10 to $30. 200%. Get out, get back in. Okay? $10, $28. Get in, get out. Get back in. Okay? It's very clear direction, right? Right now we're just doing this. This is the boring, frustrating part of the market as a trader. Is when we're just chop, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then pretty soon we're going to get the big move, and then everyone's going to be losing their minds, right? Right now, I truly believe we're in this stealth phase right here, guys and gals. Stealth phase, okay, going sideways, chop, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Not going up crazy, not going down crazy, and again, that's on the macro, so up crazy, down crazy, chop. We haven't moved. Chainlink hasn't moved in 2 months. All right, this is boring. It's honestly boring. Not boring to necessarily, right? Because we got each other, right? We can enjoy this boringness together, or whatever you want to call it. Because again, it's not exciting right now. It's up and down and up and down. Your portfolio is green, then it's red, then it's green, then it's red, then it's green, right? But this, like it was back in August, September, this is when people were excited, right? People were having a good time. They were singing Kumbaya, right? XRP was going to 10,000 up here. Now you don't hear it. You don't hear it. It's very, very quiet. So, again, show me the chart. I'll tell you the news. People are not, right down here. It's not a good time in the news. This is despair. This is when you're getting hit with bad articles and bad market predictions and the end of the world and so on and so forth. And then up here is when it all changes and everything's just, right, very exciting. So, again, markets move in waves. They go up and down, okay? Up, down, or sideways. Markets move in 3 directions. Sideways, up, or down. The key is to buy good quality assets and projects, right? Treat this like a house that you're buying, right? If you're investing in a property, you don't want to buy a piece of crap that's fallen over, right? You want to buy a good, steady, firm, right? You need that firm foundation. Need that firm foundation. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Bobby Boy for Arrow. I still really like Aerodrome down here. Like, I hope these prices go lower, dude. People who are bearish just, I mean, on crypto, they just don't understand the tech, right? They don't understand the tech. Aerodrome is built on the Base network, which is Coinbase's layer 1 blockchain. This is going to be a huge project, okay? Their whole new decentralized Base app runs off of this DEX. So I'm very bullish here on Aerodrome. It's got the weekly, so we'd be in here looking for the daily, and I think you're going to get the daily here in the next week. I think you'll see it either in the next 2 to 7 days, 2 to 5 days. My man Brian says, no, but you can get a hallelujah. Yeah, buddy. SUI, haven't covered that one yet. Again, we're focusing on the daily here on alts right now. We got our weekly signal. Okay, and this signal came at 135, guys. That went off at 135. Okay, you're up on this position if you got in on the dot. Okay, it's at 150 right now. So again, sideways action. Like, this is boring. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks is almost 3 months. Okay, that's 2.5 months right there of not doing anything. Right? So look at this. Last time we did that, boring, 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 rip. Okay, boring, boring, rip. Okay. Boring, boring, rip. So we've had the capitulation, right? We have the blue wave down here. Now we are looking for reasons to build positions, right? We had the green dot, we're in. Now we're on the daily, right? If you're down 20% or more on your entry, you could look to add a daily dot. And then again, our target's up here. This is our target price. Our first target is always in the red zone at $4. 150 back to 4 is a beautiful trade. That's 160%. A lot of meat on that bone, folks. A lot of meat on that bone. Okay, looking for the green dot there on the daily. Robinhood, I love that request there in the chat. What's up? This one hasn't got below our line yet. So I want to see Robinhood really correct here. So what I'm looking for on Robinhood is a green dot on the weekly. That's what we need. That's the first thing we need to flip our stance. Let's not get too excited. Let's wait for that green dot. This is definitely a stock I'm looking to get in. I think they're killing the game when it comes to crypto, like the exchange they have. It's just so user-friendly and easy to use. They're adding prediction markets in. I don't do that stuff. I just trade stocks and crypto. That's literally all I do. But they're adding all those features, which are attracting more users, which is increasing their profit margins. So I want to see a green dot on Robinhood on the weekly. That's the first thing we're looking for. I see one for AVAX in the chat. Same thing. So you got the signal here at 13. It's at 1250. Yeah, you're down 5-10%. Again, you can't be worried about a 5 to 10% dip if you're using this strategy. Like, I get excited when I buy and it goes down 20 to 30% because then I get to buy more. I get to add more to the position because we use dollar cost averaging. So again, entering here at 13 or 12, that might have came at 1250. But looking for the daily right now on AVAX. So again, if this wave is down here, all this tells us is that we're in despair, right? We're in this. We've had this. Capitulation has happened when this blue wave is down here. That's the first thing we need is capitulation. Now we're building the position over time. Again, this is not a day trading strategy. This is not a get rich quick strategy. You have to hold for 1 to 6 months. Okay, 6 months has to be your goal. Okay, I'm buying and I'm holding this for 6 months until I get my sell target, until I get my sell signal. Okay, until we get up into the red zone. So AVAX, my target on that is 32 still. 32, 33. I see one for Super, for Marcus. Green dot right here on the weekly. Looking for that daily. Target's up here at 80 cents. 80 cents to $1 is the target there on Super. What are you looking for on the Chainlink 4-hour? I already got what I was looking for. I got that green dot right there at 12. So my average cost on Link, I think, is like $12.50. So like I'm literally even on my Chainlink position right now. Okay, I'm literally even on it right now. So $12 has been support. I mean, you could see that it's clear as day, right? I mean, right here. I mean, it dipped down to 10 back here in April, but you could see how like the buyers are just in control here, here, and down in this area. Yes, it wicked down to 8 right there in August, but that was down there for like a second. I mean, it was not down there for a very long time. So 12 is the range, right? That's kind of the mid-range that I'm looking for. And it's down here on the 4-hour in the fib. You got the green dot there. So if you haven't bought Link, I think it's a really good spot. And if you want to wait for the daily and make sure that, you know, it does bounce here, then you could do that. But I've already seen my signal here on the 4-hour. I've already got my signal. Okay, and if you entered there, if you wanted to limit your risk, you just use a stop loss at like 1150 below that green line there on the fib. Has this been used in the middle of a parabolic bull run phase yet? Yeah. Yep. For sure. I've been trading since 2019. Nail. It's a good time to get in Nail. Let's see. Let's check it out. Check it out. We entered this down here at 53 off the signal. And I like it. Had a nice move today. Things pumping. So looking for 100. I got a target of 100 on Nail, but I do think this thing is going to get ripping here. Okay, look at that. Monthly signal. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. I think real estate's going to do very well here under the rest of President Trump's reign as president. He's a real estate guy. He's a real estate guy. Okay, look at that monthly. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Last time we got these was back here in 2022. $24 all the way up to 170. That was a monster move, dude. For 500%. Yeah, if you guys want the trading indicator, you guys can download it over here in the Discord. We don't just use one indicator. We use a number of indicators. You guys can get my whole layout over here in the trading indicator tab. Just click this link here. If you have any trouble, just email me. My email's right there, but it takes a couple of clicks and everything's going to load right up into your account. Okay, you'll get a video on the next page. Okay, after you click that link, that'll show you how to load everything up. And you'll have all the indicators. I mean, it'll just all look exactly like mine. All the settings and everything will be synced. STM. Again, time to buy was down here at 23. We missed the boat. You could be looking for 4-hour pullbacks or daily pullbacks on that one. Form, ripping. Okay, so we're looking for reasons to take profit. Okay, I'd sell this one right now. I would take my money and go find another trade. I mean, it's on a parabolic move. If you want to keep chasing it, go ahead. But that is getting very far off those moving averages. I would sell that one. I think there's a Form Crypto too. Yeah, this one's down here as well. So obviously that looks like a rug pull. But if you believe in the project, it's got a green dot. So if you believe in the project that has a green dot down here, it's time to buy. I don't use leverage on crypto, but I do use leverage on stocks. Like SMCX is a 2x ETF of SMCI, which is a stock that we just covered not too long ago. Supermicro computer, right? Got that green dot on the weekly. So I actually buy SMCX, which gives me 2x leverage. I do that because I use the 2.5% rule. So technically it's like putting in 5%, but I'm only putting in 2.5 if that makes sense. But it does have a green dot. And that's just how I use leverage. I don't recommend leverage on crypto just because of how volatile it is, as you guys can see. Stock market is as volatile as crypto. It can be, but I mean, you guys have seen some of these swings. I mean, it's just if you're trying to track it day to day, it's gonna drive you insane. If you keep a longer term mindset, it's not bad because you just know that it is a volatile asset. As long as you're buying it when it's beat up, right? When you know we've had at least a capitulation dip, you're doing the right thing. Okay, so according to our strategy, right? That's just what we follow. Again, no strategy or signal or anything is 100%, but we do have rules in place to continue to, add new positions and build positions. So, like I said, you're never out until you sell. You never lose until you quit, kind of thing. With investing, a lot of people think it's You know, a lot of people trying to day trade. I don't get the day trading stuff. I tried it. I lost a bunch of money, and I quit doing it. It's like a casino. You're up and down. If you're trying to time these crypto markets right now, it's impossible to predict, because yesterday everyone was bearish and now everyone's bullish now that we're green again. So red, green, red, green, red. Yeah, I don't want to be in that game. I'd rather just catch these big moves and use patience, discipline, and logic. Okay, discipline, data, and logic. Okay, buying down here and then just buying and holding, letting all the bulls and the bears fight over what direction we're going every day, and we'll just ride it up. Right? Warren Buffett had a quote one time. He said, "The markets were created to transfer money from the active to the patient." So again, the markets were made to transfer money from the active to the patient. Okay, that's what he said, not me. So just the greatest investor of all time, the Oracle, they called him. I try to learn from other, influencers and obviously investors that have had success doing this. So, can I check Sol? Yeah, Sol still looks good. Still holding its weekly. Still good above 120. I really like that 120 zone right there. As long as we can maintain that, I'm looking for a green dot on Solana here too. I want to see Solana get back over 140 tomorrow. If we can reclaim 140, there's going to be some fireworks. There's going to be some fireworks going on. So, again, as long as the last dot is green, we're bullish. Thank you, RJB. You the man. JPT, Jupiter. If you guys could just drop the ticker for me. You don't got to drop the name of the project, but JUP would be the ticker on this one. And I like it. 20 cents. This is a Solana name as well. I decided to play Radium here. That's the Solana play. I think they do the same thing, but Radium's just been around longer. So I went with Radium instead of JUP, but they both look good. If you believe in Jupiter, then right now is a good time to be accumulating. Good time to be buying. It's literally sitting at an all-time low. So I personally like Ray more than Jupiter just because of the fundamentals, but yeah. The membership and the indicator are two different things. They are two different things over here. You could figure out what's in the membership right here. I went over that at the beginning of this video, so if you join late, you guys can watch the replay here, but that gets you access to our watch list, chart requests, member chat, trade alerts. If you want the indicator, it's down here. Trading indicator tab, click that link. Takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right up in. Yeah, buddy. Why did NVOX not move like NVO? What is NVO doing? NVO's pulling back a little bit. Nothing really too crazy. It's got a red dot there on the daily, but it's kind of inching up. We're targeting up there at 90 on NVO. NVOX is just that leveraged ETF that we played. So it's obviously 2x the move. So if NVO goes up 2% or down 2%, this goes down 4%. That's kind of how that works. And we were buying this one back here at like 20 bucks. So I was up 80% on that. I did take some off. I did take some profits off just because I was up 80%, but I wanted to rotate that into other positions. So we're still waiting for either a red dot on the weekly or this thing to pull back up here into the red zone there. Axel. Axel's still down here. Again, if you believe in this project, it's at the lowest price it's ever been. This is not my favorite looking chart just because it's a rug. I would look for the monthly on Axel here. Okay, this thing's just been getting clobbered. Just annihilated. So all these altcoins are at their low lows. Like they're at their monthly breaking points here. So if this thing's gonna reverse, if it goes down to 2 cents, I'd probably buy Axel. But I'm looking for the monthly, or I mean it already has the weekly. So I don't know why it's getting rug pulled, but target is still 40 to 50 if you believe in it down here at 6. If it goes down to 3 cents, you could always double your position. Cool. Let's see here. Let me check how many we have left real quick. 100. So I'm going to do some rapid fire here. So Zeta's still green on the weekly. SMCI, we're very bullish on SMCI. FET, ripping, right? We're looking to take profits up here on FET. You might be talking about the crypto as well. That one is green here on the weekly, sitting down there at 24 cents. If you believe in this one, I'd look for the daily on that one. IT. This one has gotten schmacked, but has the monthly. So I'd play that off the monthly there. I don't think that one breaks down below 200 if this signal can hold. These guys actually don't look too bad. They make $1 billion a quarter. Target would be up there at 480 to 520. That actually looks pretty good. That's a good request. XRP, we already covered this. Again, we're watching this support level over here at 175. That's where we hit in December and also back here in November. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 month support. We also hit that level in October, that big liquidation event. So that tells you that this level right here is very important. So with XRP, if I'm in XRP, I'm using a stop loss at like 165. Okay, as long as we hold 165, it looks good. I'd be looking for the daily here. It looks like you'll probably get that tomorrow. If this thing can reclaim 2 or maybe 210, you should see that impulsive move to the upside. I would just use a stop loss around 165 there. What else we got? STORJ. Still green there on the weekly. What's the monthly saying on this thing? Okay, again, these things are... I'm telling you guys, altcoins are just... Look at this. 2020 lows. You're sitting at a 6-year low. The lowest price in 6 years. So let me put that into perspective. If you were a real estate investor and say the price of houses was at the lowest it's been in 6 years. So last year's 6 years ago prices, say COVID, pre-COVID, before houses went crazy. That's where some of these names are sitting. So if you believe in STORJ here, yeah, it's go time. Okay, it's time. If you believe in it, if you think it's going to rebound, right? If you believe in the project, you should believe it's going to go back up here to $4 because people actually care about it and use it and trade it. And it's, to me, it's at the low. I mean, you see the bottom back there, 6 years ago. This thing went to $4 back here in February of 2021. That was the last bull run. The last real altcoin season was up here. These are not altcoin season prices down here. If you're thinking of altcoin season as the top, these are like, dude, load up, right? Because eventually this wave should come back up here, right? It should reverse and come back up. It's just the way it works. It's the way technical analysis and the markets move. So I really like STORJ. I'm actually going to add that one onto our watch list because I think it looks really good. Weekly watch list favorites. And I'm going to put that one on the green list. So if I was playing that one, right, I'd probably be looking for a daily here. I'd be looking for a daily alert. When the daily alert pops, I would take my position and I would let that puppy ride. Blast. See, I don't like charts like this, okay? We need charts that are up and to the right, like this. Whoop. Ethereum. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. We don't want something like this. Okay, that's just ugly. No one's interested. Everyone's sold all their stuff. They don't care anymore. I'd avoid it. Okay, here's another one down here. Not quite at the 2023 low, but pretty close, right? $1 is the low. I'd be watching the monthly on near. If you get that monthly a lot on near, that will be the confirmation. It needs to close. So again, right here, you got one at 250. Red. So what do? We looked for another reason to buy, which would be another monthly dot, or in this case, a weekly dot, which you got right here at 138, sitting at 155 right now. I like near. I like altcoins, guys. I am fully bullish on altcoins right now. Fully bullish. That's my number one sector pick right now is alts. If you're basing it off the charts. Fundamental reasons, I mean, I don't see why anyone would be less bearish or less bullish on fundamental reasons. There's governments, there's countries, I mean, they're adopting the technology. They're getting off their crappy dollars that have been inflated by the Federal Reserve, who just prints their dollars, right? And they're getting onto a new system, okay? And they're going to use that to either back their dollar or get rid of their dollar, like Iran. Iran's dollar went away. Bye-bye. So, and there's a lot to this stuff, man. Economics is a very interesting subject in the world. I mean, there's just a lot that goes into how the economy runs and works. It affects a number of things. It affects everything. Jobs. If no one's buying houses, well, all the people who are in the real estate industry are out of jobs. You're talking construction workers, you're talking real estate agents, you're talking lawyers, you're talking title companies, you're talking, I mean, it all is connected, right? So there's seasons to buy and seasons to sell. There's seasons to plant and seasons to harvest. So our whole goal here with technical analysis is to identify, right, what season we're in, okay? Planting season, waiting season, harvesting season. Okay, if we're farmers, we're planting, harvesting. Okay, watering, you're taking care, you're nurturing as we're sideways. We're waiting for our impulsive move to the upside. When that happens, we take our profits. I don't care if it takes 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever it is. Okay, however long we have to wait to catch that ride, we wait. Okay, sometimes it happens fast, sometimes it happens slow. No way to really predict it. All we know is we want to get in when everybody else is not having a good time. Okay, and no one's having a good time, right? You guys see the sentiment on crypto right now. Everyone's bearish. Everyone's regretting buying altcoins. It's over, right? Because that's we're at the lows, dude. We're at the people are fed up with the dip. We've been dipping for 4 months. Okay, this was the time to get bearish. This is not the time to be bearish. Imagine being bearish back here in April when Link was at $10, and you missed this trade from 10 up to 28 for 180%. Imagine missing that because you thought the bear market was coming. Which I'm not saying we can't go down to 8. Anything is possible in the market. I've been around long enough to not rule anything out. Expect the best, be prepared for the worst. That's kind of the whole mindset. Expect the best, be prepared for the worst. How do we prepare for the worst? We have a plan, we have a strategy, and we have the discipline to follow that strategy. Has anyone looked at any earning reports? I saw Netflix yesterday reported. They got smacked. Netflix is selling off very nicely. It actually got pretty close there to 80. I'm looking for that monthly dot on Netflix. That's the only earnings I've seen, really. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any other overreactions to the downside. Earnings are good because you could see those overreactions. So let's see if there's any overreactions on here. I don't really see any. ONDS is down 4% today, but nothing too crazy. If you guys want to, I have a watch list that is pre-built in TradingView. This isn't my watch list. This actually updates every day. So if you go over here to your watch list tab on TradingView, you can come over here to Open List, and then there's My Watch List, which are all the ones that I create myself, the red list, the blue list. You guys have access to those. But if you go over here to Hot Lists, I like to track the volume gainers, the percentage change losers, and the percentage change gainers. Okay, and those will tell you which ones are dropping the most. Okay, dropping the most or gapping up. You could also track the gap ups. I actually like the gap gainers and the gap losers better. Okay, I really like the ones that gap up, especially if they're in my portfolio, because that tells me like, hey, this thing's gapping up. Like Ulta, not my thing. Baidu, but check out that hot list. Go to Open Lists over here, and you're probably on my watch list. But if you come down here to hot list, the volume gainers is my favorite one because I like volume. Like when volume is going into an asset, that means people are buying it or selling it. So those are the highest volume gainers on the day, and then the gap gainers. So you guys can kind of look at these and see which one best suits you. But the volume gainers is the one I really like. You could see that Intel was the most traded stock today, and it's up 10%. But look, it's in the red zone, so we don't care. Intel was one of the best trades for us last year, too. We bought that one down here in August at 19 and sold it like right here at 30. Okay, and now it's obviously up here at 60. But again, we played options. I made like 400% on those options last year. It was crazy. And it's traded pretty nicely here. So those are all the volume gainers for the day. It's a cool little watch list you guys could keep track of here. I got time for a few more here. CLF up in the red zone. We're looking for a red dot to take profit. SMR still hanging out down here as well. So that one also has the green weekly. So this is a nuclear energy play we've been tracking here. I like it here as long as it holds on to that low right there at 14. So I'd be looking for the dots down here. You did get some today here at 20. So 20 is going to be a big level. I'd be a buyer here at 20. And then if it goes down to 10, I'd probably average down. if it dropped down that 50%. But I think this is a good place to start a position here on SMR if you believe in it, if you believe in nuclear. I'm just not sold on the nuclear stuff yet. I just don't know enough about it. Okay, I don't know enough about nuclear energy to really want to be an investor. I've heard a bunch of hype about it, but I'm just not too sure about it. So that's just where I'm at. If I see it start being more developed in society and used, then maybe, but I just haven't. I've never seen like a plant or anything before, so not sure. Litecoin, LTC. Okay, so again, green dot up here at 77, and you got a red dot. What are we doing now? We're falling. Okay, into support down here at like 60. So what I'm doing on LTC here, looking for the daily. Watch for the daily. Now that you got the weekly, look for the daily to continue to build your position. Okay, down there at 60, I think is where that thing might bounce. It could bounce right here. I'd just be watching for the daily, the next daily, or the next weekly alert. See how it goes red or green, red, green sometimes. You got green, and then the red is the flush out, and then you got green, and then that's when, boom, it takes off. So the next green dot on LTC or the daily will be a buy. Back to square one. Rune. That one's green, but target's $2. It has the monthly. Has that monthly. So again, if you believe in the project, now's the time. Now's the time to load up. Those signals do not come around every day. Okay, 2026, January. Last time you got one was August of 2023. That was 2.5 years ago. What were you doing 2.5 years ago? What were you doing 2.5 years ago? You probably don't know. Okay, you weren't buying Rune, probably. Hopefully you were. Because it went from 60 cents up to 12. Okay. 2.5 years it's been since we got this signal. So if you believe in Rune, now's the time. We got P10. P10's breaking out as well. Beautiful breakout there. Okay. That one's getting up there. I'd probably look to sell some here on a red dot. That's a nice move, though. $9 would be my target there. Yeah, if you guys want the indicators, just come over here to the trading indicator tab. Click this link. Okay. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right up into your account. So you're going to have all the indicators, everything you need to get started with our strategy. If you have trouble or issues, it's super straightforward. Takes a couple of clicks, but my email is right there if you guys have any questions. $9 is the target on P10. Looking to take some profits on a red dot. TTD bounced back today. Looking for the daily. I said I'd average down on this on the next daily. I think I entered this around 37. So just looking for the daily on TTD. I think that's probably going to come tomorrow or the next day. We shall see. But that one looks good. It's very beaten up, right? From 140 down to 35 is a bad day. So again, it has a red dot here on the weekly, but I'm on the daily here because it's very overdone. So I'm just looking for the green signal there on TTD. I could add there and then come here to the weekly and add on the weekly if needed. But I think 35 is a very strong place for support on TTD. Bluefin from the chat. Down there at the bottom too. So if you believe in it, it's time to buy. Okay, I don't know a lot of these projects, so hopefully you guys are doing your own due diligence. You're not buying meme coins or penny stocks. Yeah, Effort says, remember that guy? Yeah, when you're having a bad day, remember that guy that had, I think it was, he traded 10,000 Bitcoin for like 2 pizzas or something. 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. It was known as the first transaction ever with Bitcoin. HIMS is still looking good. I still really like HIMS. It's sit at 28. I told you guys I'm going to buy this at 30. If it drops to 20, I'm going to buy more. Okay, I'm just looking for that signal there on HIMS. If it comes down to 20, we're going to add more to the position. Okay, so if we bought at 30, bought at 25, our average is going to be right here at 25. So I still like it, just waiting on that weekly still. Probably should come here in the next month or two. Hopefully sooner. ABTC, Trump's American Bitcoin Corporation. Down here at $1.50. Got the 4 hour there. This thing's, all his stuff is just rug, dude. I wish one of his projects would just go up. You know, just one of them. He has 3 years left. He's 3 years left in office. So if you want to buy ABTC, I think you buy it here at $1.50. It's considered a penny stock here, though. So Either look for the daily or buy it here off this 4 hour at 150. After this gap down, I really got interested. 150 if you want to own it. I personally, my Trump trade is DJT. It's been DJT for a while. That's his media stock that's been around for a while. This thing's very volatile. See how big it moves. Okay. So we were buying down here at 10. We were also buying some here at 16, 17. Dropped down to 10. We bought more. Popped back up. We sold what we bought at 10. And now it's just hanging out at this range. But I'm looking for this big parabolic move to the upside. ABTC is just his newest project that he launched on the market. Yeah, Discord's free. You guys can join the Discord completely free. There is a membership if you want to get access to everything. It's $4 a month. Okay, that's less than a coffee. Okay, I go buy my wife a coffee in the morning. It's $7, $8. It's unbelievable. Okay, Toshi looks good here. Green dot. LAES. Also green here. Not very deep, but that's pretty much just telling you like, hey, $4 is the support. So I like this one. It actually looks really good. This one actually looks pretty good. Daily's a little overdone though. So again, I like to buy when these dots are below the white line, not necessarily above it. But if you're playing it, you could use a stop loss at 380. Nil from RJB. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you shouting out the announcements in the chat, man. Effort and Jeff, you guys too, man. Appreciate y'all. Bought him's at 35. That's all right. Whether you buy it at 35 or 25, do you think it's going to matter if it goes back to 70? It won't really matter that much, right? Back up here at 60, you won't care that you bought at 35 or 25. I just look for a place to average down. Okay, either a daily or a weekly is where I'd average down on that position. Okay, if I'm down 20% on a position, that's where I'm looking for the next signal, either the daily or the weekly there. Okay, that thing will bounce. This thing's a very impressive company. They've been very impressive. LASE. I'm not sure what this thing is. Let's look it up. So if you guys remember the Discord, you also get access to this research tool here. So if you type in /info LAES, boom. Seal SQ Corp is a prominent player in the technological realm, primarily focused on the development of secure hardware solutions for the Internet of Things industry. So, Semiconductor. It's a semiconductor company. IoT, Internet of Things, is like crypto talk. So, that's an interesting one. And it is bouncing on the yearly average there. DRN. DRN, still green there. Got a red dot there on the daily, but it's trying to bounce here at 9. So maybe set a stop at like 890 if you want to protect your capital from it going down. But I think real estate's going to do very well here. I think this is a nice bounce here off of 9 today. I think 890 would be a good solid stop loss for you. I'm still continuing to hold that one until we get a little higher here. We've been consolidating for a long time in this range, so a move's going to happen. When you see this long a consolidation is normally when a move happens. This thing was all the way up here at 28 bucks back in November of 2021, so we've been going sideways for a while here. Service Now. It's another one that kind of went against us here, but we're getting some buyers stepping in down here at these levels. I'm looking at, ooh, that one did get a daily dot today. I'm going to have to average down on that one here. I'm going to average down on that one here. I'm going to do it right now on my Robinhood account. You guys can't see my screen, but that one does have a daily here, so I'm going to nibble at some more shares because we bought this one right here at 140. So it came down, right? We got that weekly signal there. Okay, right here around, well, I think I bought it after that weekly signal came. I think we bought it around 145. Now it's down 20% or something like that, so I'm going to add a little bit to this. I think I bought, yeah, I'm down 31% on it. So you can see here, I'm down 31% on the position. See the portfolio size, though? It doesn't hurt me, okay? I don't let that hurt me, okay? When a position goes against me like this, which Doesn't happen very often, but it does. I mean, it's probably 2 out of every 10 trades I take, I get this kind of price action. But I have a plan, right? I want to own this company for the long term. Okay, I'm not going to panic if it goes down from 140 to 125 because I'm buying for the prices up here, right, in the red zone at 220. So, again, this thing is a falling knife, but we are way down here, right? We've capitulated here. This thing's down from 200 here. That's a 40% drop. Okay, if you count this top up here, you're down 47, 50%. So that did get a daily, and I'm down 30%. So I'm actually just going to buy, let's see, I bought 200 shares. So I'm just going to buy 200 more shares of this thing here. So I'm adding that. Let me just do this live so you guys could see. Okay, so you got, right, down 30% here. Okay, on the position. I'm going to now add, so watch this. So my portfolio diversity is going to go up. So I'm going to increase my exposure to this. Okay, so I'm going to add another 200 shares. So I bought 200 shares. I got that daily signal over here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add to this. Okay, I'm adding to this because the weekly, right, look at the weekly. Look at the weekly and look at the monthly. Both of them are deep here. Okay, so I'm looking to add to this position. So I'm going to go ahead and just add another 200 shares here. Boom. Okay, and that's going to bring my average cost down to $11.71. Okay, so now my average went from $14 down to $11.71, and it's now 1.35%. If I wanted to get that up to 2%, I could buy another 200 shares, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, the next place I'll look to average down will be a weekly. Okay, if it comes deeper, like if it goes down to 100, that's where I'll probably average down next is the 100 level. If it gets there. I don't know if it's going to get there or not. But if it does, I will just add to the position because I'm a long-term holder of this company. They got good earnings. They're a big AI player, and they're a big company. They just had a stock split too. So that's interesting. I lost the chat here. You guys still here? Has PayPal given the weekly yet? No, it hasn't. We have been waiting for this for a minute, but it's just playing around here around 55. It hasn't. Look how deep it is, though. It's just trying to flush everybody out. Okay, just wait patiently. That's where I'm looking to average down on PayPal next. Okay, waiting for that signal. PayPal, in my opinion, is one of the most undervalued stocks on the market right now. It's sitting at the low of like 2017. Okay, we're just sitting down here. So, if I were to say the safest stock bet this year, it'd probably be PayPal on this day, January 21st here. I got time for a few more, folks, and we're going to be covering more of these tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and give me a shout out to the Spartans, man. The Overkill army is stronger than ever. Covered LES, PGY. So again, green, red. So this one is holding on to 20 here. Don't know what this company is or does, but ooh, that monthly don't look too hot. I think there's some better names to own, but I would watch 19, 20 bucks. WLK we covered at the beginning of this. Loving this stock. We were buying it down here at 60. As long as it holds 80, it looks good. I'd just be looking for major pullbacks here. You could trim a little bit here if you want to. If you entered down here, I mean, you're up 50, 60% if you bought here and you're selling here. It's up there in the red zone, too, on the 4 hours. So I'd trim a little bit maybe and let the rest ride. There's some other names we covered today that are very beat up, very oversold, that you could rotate some capital in if you've read that one up that long. You got a little more room to go there up to about 120, though. ZKM, got the green dots, so that's a buy. Oxy, here's a good one. Okay, we have a position on Oxy right now. We took that at 40. It's up about 10%. We're playing options, though. So, again, just looking for that to retrace back up there into the red zone. GTLB from the chat. GitLab's getting smoked here. Good. Okay, looking for the green dot on the weekly on GitLab. You can see it bounce back here at 26. I like this one. This one's on our watch list. If it's green up here, that means it's on our watch list from Friday. So this one's selling off good. Again, we're not scared of a sell-off. This is an opportunity. I'd look for the green dot there on GitLab. These guys they got some pretty decent earnings here. Not great, but they are going up quarter over quarter. You can see they're increasing. This number down here, okay, I'll come back here to 185, 196. Right, this is every 4 months. Making more money, right? In a company, that's a good thing, right? They're increasing their revenue with their services and with their products. Okay, those are the companies you want to invest into. Got a couple more here from the chat. Guys, if you guys are watching the replay, if we get this video to 300 likes, I'll do an XRP giveaway. We just launched an XRP giveaway over here. Actually, I'm going to actually tag our Spartans over here. Spartans. Boom. So you guys now can just come over to the giveaways tab. Click on this emoji. That'll enter you in. We're drawing on the 24th of January there. Mara's still looking good. Mara's got the green dot still, so we're still buyers of Mara. I don't know why stocks sell off. Stocks sell off because people sell. Either insiders are selling or big investors are selling. One of the two. ADA's still holding green too. I'm loving this buy action here on crypto right now, dude. Again, they tried to sell it off, but they're failing to do it. Okay. Again, we could see this action for a while, for maybe a month, but this normally comes before this. Okay. Sideways, rip. Sideways, rip. Okay. We've had capitulation. Again, we know we've had capitulation when this wave is down here, guys. Last time this wave was down here was back in July, back here at 56. It went all the way up to $1, and now we've had more capitulation. So, great time to be buying altcoins, in my opinion. The good ones. Not meme coins or poop coins or fart coins. Good quality projects like Link, like... I don't know about Cardano. I don't know if I'm a fan of Cardano, to be honest with you. But I like Link. I like Sui. Ethereum is a solid play. Pretty much any crypto in my portfolio, obviously, is what I'd probably recommend. But again, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm just a dude on YouTube that likes to share information and show you guys the data, show you guys the charts, and give you my thoughts. And I'm here to collect information from you, too. Some of my best trades have come off your guys' requests. So, again, this is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together and making this thing work. So, with that being said, that is it for tonight's stream. We will be back here again tomorrow for another live, taking your guys' chart requests still from the chat. We got some more names to cover here from the Discord, so show up tomorrow. I think I'm going to start trying to stream at about 1:30 now, so 1:30 is going to be the time where I normally go live. It might be 2 o'clock one day, might be 1:30, just depends on my schedule. But we will be back live here again. And I will be opening up these chart requests on Sunday, so you guys get yours covered no matter what throughout the week. If you missed a live, if you're in a different time zone or something, you're able to put those chart requests in. These are the priority requests here for these live streams. So with that being said, guys, God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Be good out there. And...